Ah, there you are. Hello.
You look rather gloomy, Eloise.
Oh, yes. Apologies. I'm struggling with some unpleasant thoughts. Since the war began, I've ended so many lives. You and your students got your hands dirty as well. Nobody forced you all to join the fight, of course. You did so of your own volition. Still, there must be something very wrong with the world for it to make children into killers.
I know what you mean.
That's true enough. We've all gotten older. Ah, listen to me. I'm sorry for being so glum.
Oh my god. I don't like either of these answers.
Well said. In truth, I don't think any expression will improve my looks. I'm a brute, no matter what face I pull. Ah, you really are just like Gerald. When I was down in the dumps, he'd cheer me up with a playful quip. He gave me his library of jokes, but when I tell one of them, nobody laughs at the punchline. They laugh at me. You, on the other hand, well, you inherited the old man's comic talents. I'm feeling pretty perky now, all thanks to you. I can't stop this war by feeling gloomy about it. Onward, to a brighter future.
Alright, here, I guess.
To tell you the truth, that was another line I picked up from Gerald. He taught me everything about life. He was more important to me than anyone in the world. Apart from you, perhaps.
Oh, Eloise, you're making me blush.
Come on, no need to blush. It's the truth. When I look at you or see you fighting in battle, it's like I'm seeing a sibling. But at the same time, it's like seeing something sacred and powerful. Something I must defend. You're so important to the future of Fodlan. And to me. I promise to continue protecting you with the strength of a knight and the love of a big brother.
We'll just go with I'm counting on you.
Good. In the name of Gerald, I swear to keep you safe. You're welcome to return the favor, should you feel so inclined.
Eloise is a good dude. I think that's safe to say. Alright, just skip this.
Look, Professor!
Yeah, alright, you did perfect. Very proud of you both. Let's get the rest of these supports on the road. This might be the last round of supports. I mean, it pretty much has to be.
Flane, I hope you will allow me to apologize.
Why would you need to do that?
Last time, when I was working on my armor, you could have been gravely injured. You have been avoiding me ever since, so I want to reiterate how very sorry I am.
I'm not sure that's entirely the case.
So you are not avoiding me?
To be perfectly honest, I felt a bit embarrassed. When you embraced me before, it really caught me off guard. You're surprisingly strong for how slender you appear. Anyway, it all got me rather flustered.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
Oh, I see. Well, I do train quite often. On the battlefield, it is perfectly common to lift up a wounded comrade. It has nothing to do with your gender. In the heat of the moment, I pay no attention to such things. That is, how I would explain it.
I see. So you have a well of strength for embracing people, it seems.
Well, I would not put it like that. Usually, when I embrace people, it is in the context of battle.
Is that so? So the embrace was nothing more than a rescue. Perhaps I was flustered needlessly. I wonder... if you would consider embracing me when my life is not in peril.
Huh? Why?
Because I'd like to feel that way again. That's why. How about it? Or is your capacity for embracing limited exclusively to warfare?
Oh, I see what is going on here. I had forgotten how charmingly ethereal you can be. Very well. As per your request, I shall embrace you again.
Ah, I'm delighted. Does right now work for you?
Why, of course. Easily done. Although, perhaps we shouldn't tell Sedith.
Agreed. Better to let this be our little secret.
So apparently Ferdinand gives really good hugs. And Flane is all about that. I feel like we've learned something. Alright, let's get to the thrilling conclusion of Catherine and Linhart.
So, now you've held Thunderbrand. Learn anything? What's going on? You look like you're going to faint. Is that Thunderbrand's doing?
No, not at all. My body is operating at its normal, healthy level of sleepiness. I felt no effect at all, honestly. Perhaps one exposure to the relic wasn't enough.
Ha! Don't tell me you want to get a hold of it again.
Of course not. There is a difference between taking a risk and being a fool. Interesting experiment, though. I used all my might, yet absolutely nothing happened. It seems if one's crest is not compatible, a relic simply will not work. To feel that response, to better understand the bond, that is more than enough for me.
I see. What will you do now? I assume your relic research is complete.
Not at all. I have other clues to follow, experiments to perform. That said, I would be pleased if someone who could use their relic with all their might would join in my research.
What? You don't mean me, do you?
Now that you mention it, I suppose you would fit the bill.
Sure seems that's what you were getting at. Fine. When the war's over, I'll help with your research.
Oh, you will?
I figure if I don't do it, he'll find some other poor soul to bother. It's like I'm keeping a high-maintenance cat. You're endlessly curious.
I am not being kept. The sentiment is welcome, but I am still not a cat.
Well, alright.
Hey, Catherine. I wanted to tell you I've decided to do things my own way.
I'm happy for you, Caspar, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, you know, in life and death situations like we talked about. I spent a lot of time thinking, but it was tough to figure out. Then I realized I was wasting my time. I decided I should keep fighting the way that feels right to me.
I thought that might be your decision.
I've still got something important to ask you, though.
Something important, huh? Let's hear it.
Could you know, keep an eye on me?
What? Why?
I may have decided to do things my own way, but I'm sure I'll still mess up sometimes. I might be able to avoid any real damage if a Knight of Saros has my back.
I see. Then I refuse.
Oh, great. Thanks so much. I knew you'd... What?
After deciding to take your own path, you ask someone else to watch over you? It's like you can't think for yourself. Your simple-mindedness is kind of charming, but still.
I really thought you'd say yes. Now what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I'm not your babysitter. You want someone to watch after you? Become the type of man people can't look away from.
Well, I don't know if we'll get a chance to see the A+. Oh, hold on. Boop. There we go. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see the A+ conversation. Time is running very short. But I'll do my best to make it happen.
Ah, Bernadetta, have you finished your illustrations?
Yes, I have. Finally.
This is the first time I've ever made anything for a real-life book. I was up all night finishing these. Bernie's all burned out now. I guess if they're no good, we'll just have to burn them all, eh?
Let's leave the topic of burning aside for now, shall we? Show me what you've done.
So, what do you think?
This is excellent work. The color, especially. It truly brings your art to life. I will see that the new edition of our book is added to the Garrigmock collection.
Really? Oh, that's such a relief. It was a tough job, but yeah, there's nothing Bernie can't handle.
That's
You
right.
certainly do have some impressive mood swings. Actually, there is one thing I'd like to discuss.
Oh no, what did I get wrong?
Relax. I simply wanted to ask you about this last image. This is you here, is it not?
Yes. Is that wrong? What's wrong with it?
Nothing at all. I'm only curious. Does that make me the person standing beside you?
Oh, no, that's St. Keyhole.
Is that so? Then I must ask, what relationship are you suggesting you have with him?
Well, I got the impression that the story of St. Indec was told from St. Keyhole's point of view. So I just imagined that I asked St. Keyhole about it. And, that's where the picture came from. I guess I overdid it, huh? That's weird, isn't it? It's really weird. We can scrap it. Let's just get rid of it.
Ah, so that's why. That's amusing.
It is?
Very much. And I think this is a very fitting end to the book, actually.
I just want to pause to take a moment to say that, wow, it was really weird to hear Sedith laugh like that. Like, that's not just me, right?
St. Keyhole and Bernadetta. They would have made quite an interesting pair, I think. In fact, if the two of you had lived in the same time, I am certain you would share a deep bond.
What? St. Keyhole and me? No way. I've already got my hands full just trying to be friends with you. But I've managed that at least, right? Haven't I?
Absolutely.
Alright, I wish there was a point where they would just come right out and say it, but the implications that Sedith is actually St. Keyhole are very strong.
Cyril, how is your bow training progressing?
I think maybe I've gotten better. It feels a lot easier to ready the bow lately.
That is a nice thing to be hearing. You have my support with your efforts.
I do?
Yes, I am always cheering you on. I am long feeling a great affinity with you. Our positions are dissimilar, but our situations have great similarities. That is why I am always trying hard to be supporting and protecting you.
You mean you've been cheering me on all along? That's nice to hear. Well, in that case, I'll support you too.
You will? That gives me great joy.
It makes you happy? It's gonna sound funny, but hearing you say that makes me feel happy too. You know, I just realized that well, when you talk, it's kind of powerful. It's like everything you say feels real nice and reassuring. Just listening to you makes me feel better about everything. I think it's a special talent you have.
Words can be said by anyone. Alone, they are without power. What is meaningful is how you are feeling. I am hoping I can learn to use words well, to convey my feelings. That is my wish. I am still learning. My words are not coming out as properly as I am wanting.
Maybe the words aren't, but the feelings behind them are. I really do think you're special. Now that I know you're supporting me, I'm going to work real hard not to let you down. And, I hope someday I can get strong enough to inspire you the same way you inspire me.
You have already been achieving that goal. You already have great strength.
You really think so? Nah, I still got a long way to go. I'm not tough enough to match you yet, so I'm gonna get stronger. Stronger and stronger so I can support you forever.
Stronger and stronger? So you can be supporting me forever?
Yeah, forever and ever.
Even when I am being an old woman? It will be a difficulty then.
Sure, even when you're an old woman, I'll be an old man right beside you, doing my best.
Old woman Petra and old man Cyril supporting each other. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got
that
another
does
marriage
sound nice.
proposal. And last and hopefully not least, we've got Hanneman and Manuela. I hope this is a good one.
You keep doing things that aren't called for. It's driving me batty.
You presuppose I am only thinking of you.
Ugh. Let's just not do this, shall we? I don't know why we always end up fighting.
It can hardly be helped. You and I seem opposed to one another on a, let's call it an instinctual level. Perhaps this could even be considered a form of fate.
What an awkward fate to have. I'd like you a lot more if I just hated you. All this fighting and making up is just exhausting.
Agreed, yes. It does feel as if we have fallen into a rather tiresome bit of repetition.
What a waste of effort. We're absolutely hopeless, the both of us. Here's a thought. Couples who are similar to one another, share the same views and all that, they're pretty successful. But complete opposites work together too. Surprisingly well sometimes. They compensate for each other's weaknesses, and they support one another. Then I look at how hard we work just to avoid screaming at each other, and I don't buy it.
Don't be so hasty to dismiss your own hypothesis. For instance, I am apt at cleaning, but have no talent for cookery, whilst you loathe cleaning, but are a splendid chef. Would it not be an easier life if, rather than struggle through our weaker areas, we divided the work?
I suppose our differences do have their advantages that way.
Indeed. If we combine our abilities, housework would be conquered and dinner rendered delicious. There are other ways we could find to support one another, I would imagine. We might make a better pair than you think. You and I, together.
You might be onto something.
Well, they already fight like an old married couple. They might as well make it official.
Together. Wait, why are we talking about this? Are you trying to propose marriage with promises of clean floors? You think I'm that easy of a catch? Honestly.
I did no such thing. You were the one who started discussion on the topic in the first place. You were agreeing
so this
with
is
me.
my fault
If you have
now?
objections,
I never said
then
a
let's
word
hear
about
them.
See, I'm only saying. I'm just saying. But, yeah, that very well could be it.